you. This is my partner.
Hiya.
Okay. How are you? Fine?
Very good, thank you. How are you?
Well, I have to translate because maybe sometimes I confuse for the words. Prefiero que me hables tú.
Well, obviously, I did 2 years training to be Billy. There was a lot that we had to do.
2 years?
Yeah, I did 2 years of like training and auditioning and things like that. But when I left Billy, I was like, I had so much fitness training and so much strength training, and it literally was like 6 weeks after Billy. So I was already in good enough shape to do the film. And I think if I hadn't have done Billy, it would have been a completely different experience because obviously the wave sequence was very tough. So I do owe a bit to, actually a lot actually, to my dance coaches and to my trainers that I had in Billy. Like acting on stage and acting on in film is very similar, but obviously on stage people are 70 meters away and they need to be able to read your face, and on camera the camera can be this close to your face, so obviously you need to tone everything down and make it a naturalistic piece. But and I met Hotter because of Billy Elliot. He noticed me because I was in the show, and we met 3 or 4 times and we got on very well. We had a very good connection. And then, like pretty much like 6 weeks after being in Billy, I was drowning in a water tank.
Es muy diferente.
Do you want to continue making movies, or want to return sometime to the theater to make musical or dance or both? Maybe.
Well, yeah, I've just finished a film with Kevin McDonald, and called How I Live Now. But I would love to go back onto stage and maybe do a Shakespeare piece or something like that.
Like what?
I don't know. I'm very open to things like modern pieces, old pieces. I'm open for anything.
You're enjoying dancing?
I do love dancing. I mean, dancing is like my passion. I'm not the best at it anymore. I've sort of lost what I had, sadly. But I love it. I mean, every time a song comes on, I'm in the dance floor. Like, I just go for it.
Sí, lo he entendido. I say that like a person, not like an interview. I really like your playing, sí, su actuación. Your acting in the movie, really like it, yeah, because I'm like crying the half of the movie. And my question is, where, esta pregunta.
When if Christian Bale was like playing in some like working with
Right.
Yeah, now he was in the Batman, no? And
Yeah. Well, yeah. Thanks for comparing me to Christian Bale. I honestly
but
don't.
I really think that in the future, Christian Bale is a person and you are another one. But I think you will be in other places. Like
Yeah, I hope so, because I mean, like, you never know what's around the corner. Like, when I was Billy Elliot, I was getting ready to go back to school, and suddenly this popped up, and then I finished this, and then suddenly How I Live Now popped up. It's that thing that you never really know what's around the corner. You never know. I might never work again, but that just
But you would like in 10 years?
Yeah, I would love to be. I would love to be working successfully and consistently. I mean, everyone does, and obviously this is the career path that I would love to go down. But you can't really predict anything in this business. So much can happen. So you never know.
No sé cómo se dice.
Mature, ¿no?
Muy
Grown.
maduro con su respuesta. Wow.
Thank you.
Primero, gracias por compararme con Christian Bale, pero nunca lo sabes, o sea, nunca sabes qué va a pasar en el futuro. Imagine that there's a lot of $10 wondering if there were moments where you would just back up laughing just to compensate for that.
Yeah, there was a few moments where I remember there's a bit in the film where I wake up from a nightmare, and that is actually real. Like, Hoda allowed me to almost fall asleep and put all these speakers around me, and without me knowing, and he said, keep your eyes shut. And suddenly this like massive scream from this woman comes on, and I woke up and they went cut, and as soon as they said cut, I just burst out laughing. Like, I couldn't stop for like 10 minutes. I was just like profusely laughing. And I remember there was a scene where I was crying and shouting at someone, and I forgot what my line was, and instead of just going, sorry, I'll start again, I just couldn't stop laughing. It's like nervous laughter in a way, like you cannot stop yourself. But yeah, it was good to have moments like that, to like go back to reality and become yourself, because obviously it was a very, very intense shoot.
Yeah, it's so intense, your character, ¿no? ¿Lo digo bien? Sí, because like you say before, it's like so intense el interpretar un rol así, ¿no? Que lo veo duro, que está llorando y todo el rato en el agua, ¿no? Entonces es bueno saber traduciré.
He
Que
says
se
that-
reían, ¿no?
He says that your character seemed like it was probably really tough to play because it was very emotional and very sad,
Yeah.
and you had all these scenes in water.
Yeah.
And so,
Well, yeah, obviously it was tough physically because of the water and emotionally because of the subject of the story. But my part in the film was made smooth because of the crew we had. They were so kind, they were so giving. Hotta was so good, and everyone. I mean, it was just a delight. I would wake up in the morning, sometimes at 3 a.m, and be like, right, I'm ready for work. I'm not like you wake up for school and you're like, oh no, not school again. But then you wake up for filming and I'm ready to go. I never treated it like work. I always treated it like fun and hanging out with my friends and really working hard. So I loved it.
There was a sentence, say, find a job you love and you never work again in your life. You listened before?
No.
¿Se la ha traducido bien? Lo he dicho bien,
Sí.
¿no? Repítela
if
toda.
you find a job you really like, then it's like you're never working.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's like, and the thing is, how not many people get to go to work and say that they love their job, and I love this, and I can't now I can't imagine myself doing anything else. So I'm very happy that I've been given the opportunities, and I hope that there are more to come. But I'm just delighted with how it's going.
Bueno, tradúceme esto y luego ya...
¿Lo
Un
de
poco lo de la
antes
anécdota, que es lo único que no me he quedado.
Vale, hay una escena en la que me despierto de una pesadilla y básicamente es casi real porque Jota me tuvo tumbado y me dijo, bueno, cierra los ojos. Yo estaba como a punto de dormirme y mientras tenía los ojos cerrados me decía, no abras los ojos. Y le pusieron como un montón de baffles alrededor.
Ajá.
Y de repente encendieron los baffles y era como una mujer gritando a un volumen muy alto.
Sí.
Entonces se despertó así como...
Ah, vale.
Pero después de despertarse así empezó a reír y estuvo como 10 minutos que no podía parar de reír. A la que dijeron corten, ya se desmoronó, pero en la risa. ¿Quieres que siga traduciendo
No,
el anterior?
lo otro ya está.
Vale.
Y ahora que estaba hablando del hecho de encontrar un trabajo, ¿no? ¿Qué opina un poco ya basándonos en la sociedad? Que a lo mejor hay mucha gente que está trabajando de algo que no le gusta. Si tuviera que ver a alguien que no está disfrutando de su trabajo y por la crisis que hay, pues dijera, bueno, no tengo otro remedio, ¿le animaría de alguna manera? O sea, ¿qué opina un poco de la gente que está trabajando en sitios que no disfruta?
What do you think when you see people who are doing a job they don't like, and also because of the crisis they will say, well, there's nothing else I can do? Would you say anything to them, or would you encourage them to do something else?
I think you make your job your own. Like I could turn up to work one day and they say, right, we need you to cry, and I could say, oh, haven't I already cried enough, or something like that. And it's that thing that if you work hard if you work hard, then you're gonna make yourself proud of yourself, and that's what made me enjoy the film. The fact that I could get home every day and say, oh, I've worked my best today, and that I've delivered for the people on set. And for me, it wasn't just about the filming and stuff. It was just the feeling of getting home and knowing that I'd done my best. And I guess if you work your hardest at any job, you're always going to feel proud of yourself. And
Wow.
I guess that's what the mentality that people need to have in a time like this.
Qué guay. Se lo he entendido todo. Increíble. Yo por mí ya estoy. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Can I make you some photos?
Sure.
¿Ya?
Yeah.
Bueno, some. Only a few.
It's fine.
¿Paro ya? Sí,